As a promise to a couple of friends, I wanted to go ahead and make what's called a keto version of chocolate and vanilla mug cake. And that means for people who are not eating or who choose not to eat so many carbohydrates, which of course flour has a lot of carbohydrates, sugar has a lot of carbohydrates. So we're going to avoid those today with these delicious mug cakes. First of all, we're going to take a tablespoon of melted butter. And I've actually used salted butter because usually in cakes you're going to add a little bit of salt anyway. This prevents me from having to do it. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. We are going to use 1 tablespoon of coconut flour. You could also, alternatively, if you've only got almond flour laying around in the house, you could use 3 tablespoons of almond flour. We only need 1 tablespoon of coconut. We're also going to use 2 tablespoons of artificial sweetener. I am using stevia today, but you can use a number of different kinds of sweetener to do this. We will also need, since I'm going to make the chocolate version of this mug cake, we're going to need 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. Now, if you want to do this vanilla style, you would leave out this tablespoon of cocoa powder, and you would just include maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which, since I like vanilla extract, I'm going to stick that in my cake anyway. The difference being, I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to put a teeny tiny splash of it in there. Bloop. There we go. Now I'm also going to need, to make the cake nice and fluffy, I'm going to need a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Right on in there. And then finally, if I really want to make it nice and chocolatey, and I happen to have some sugar-free chocolate chips laying around the house, then I'm going to put what they call a sprinkle of sugar-free chocolate chips. Now, I must admit, these are not sugar-free chocolate chips that I'm putting in here, but hey, nobody's perfect. So if you've got some sugar-free chocolate laying around, you can go ahead and throw those in. I'm going to add a little bit more because I like a piece of chocolate. And I almost forgot, because I'm such a silly pants, 1 beaten egg. Now all that we're going to do is take a fork and stir, stir, stir until everything is really well mixed together. You don't want any dry patches in your mug. Alright, she's ready for the microwave. We're going to microwave this for approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then we're going to check to see if it is done. Well, looky here. Looks like a finished chocolate cake to me. The way that we can tell is if we put a single finger and press down just a little bit, it's nice and spongy, and no cake comes off on your finger. Enjoy.